Hey, what's up beautiful people, my name is Zaddy G. I want to welcome you all to the first episode of Addicted, where we share with you the top posts from Reddit of people who are just like you, who are battling their addictions every day, and have finally decided to take massive actions in beating their addictions for good. Before I get started, I want to give you all a huge shout out. Shout out to all my new subscribers, all my regular subscribers, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and smash that subscription button in the corner of your screen and hit that notification bell as well. You'll get all of my videos sent straight to your phone or your device as soon as I put one up on YouTube. Today's video will be joined in artist StopGaming, where I'll be reading off the top posts of today. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. If you want to quit for good, associate massive pain to playing and massive pleasure to quitting. My game quitting journey started subconsciously. I simply started losing interest in video games after years of being addicted. I didn't know why I was losing interest, so my brain started looking for answers. People kept telling me one of the symptoms of depression is loss of interest in hobbies. You're just depressed, dude. So I took this as the reason and started becoming more and more depressed. Because of that, I started forcing myself to game so I could get out of depression. However, since I've been reading personal growth books, I've realized this was not the case. It wasn't because I was depressed. And Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. Tony talks about how if you associate enough pain to the unwanted behavior and enough pleasure to the new behavior, changing becomes easy. I look back and I realized this was true. A few years ago, I got out of a 5-year relationship. Toward the end, it pained me because she would always choose video games over me. I started thinking there are more important things in life. This was the initial pain. After breaking up, I tried to rebuild my social circles, hang out with people and throw game nights. However, people kept bailing on me, saying they were busy, but then I see them logged in on Steam playing a game. They bailed on me and lied about it, just so they could play a game. Additionally, someone I viewed as a good friend got annoyed at me because I kept asking her to hang out on her raid nights in an MMO. This made me associate even more pain with gaming. My competitive self decided to try to get into competitive Super Smash Bros. I was in a low place at the time, so I started tying my self-worth with doing well in tournaments. I became a bit obsessed. I placed terribly in a few tournaments, which really put me in the I'm not good enough for anything state. I considered hurting myself. The realization I was considering hurting myself over a video game was ridiculous. As I lost interest, I started noticing more and more how being addicted to gaming was hurting both my brother and my friends, and preventing them from being truly happy. All of these were associations I had made between playing games and pain. Being real life is far more important. Start linking pleasure with not playing. At some point, quitting games just came effortlessly. If you want to quit, don't focus on I'm 30 days clean or I'm trying to quit gaming. Instead, find out all the ways you can associate pain with gaming and pleasure with not gaming. Once you do that, find an empowering replacement. It will just happen naturally. That's a great point. How you associate pain and pleasure with your goals will determine if you reach them or not. Just uninstalled everything. I'm 20. Going on 20 in a month. I have major depression and suicidal thoughts every day, and almost attempted a couple weeks back. I just realized that a lot of it had to do with my addiction to video games. Every time I played, I felt so pathetic after. If I didn't win, I would feel angry and worthless. If I wasn't at work, I was playing video games. Every time I tried to get some artwork done, I would quit if I struggled drawing a certain part and retreat back to games. And it got to the point that I would feel like I was wasting my weekend if I didn't hop on and play. Then I discovered this community. I saw that I was in the same boat as so many people on here. And it made me realize that video games had been consuming my life. All those hours wasted that I could have been hiking, eating, I'm severely underweight, working out, drawing, finding a girlfriend. I might have even been able to stay in high school if it wasn't for games. I might have even been in college right now. I figured it's about time I try and change my life, so I uninstalled every single game from my PC. It will now be strictly used for art and research. I'm going to see a therapist and try and figure everything else out. Hope I can stick with this. It's such a great decision you decide to make. It's courageous to take charge and stand up for yourself, against yourself, your lower self. That side of you where your addiction lives, that's fighting you for control of your life. It's important to know that all of your aspirations are still possible. You can go get your GED or get a diploma from an online high school. You may decide to go to college. If you're focused, it's great for certain industries that require specialized knowledge, but college isn't for everyone. Attempting to quit now. I've been a gamer my whole life. It's one of the few labels I'd ever give to myself and carry with pride. I played a lot of games when I was young, and I look back on those memories very fondly. but I'm 33. Well, I have a 4-year degree and an idea where I'm going in life now. I feel my constant compulsion to play games, in particular online games like World of Warcraft and League of Legends. It's been holding me back too much for me to accomplish my goals I have now. I don't have anything against video games, it's just that they clearly have a mental impact on me that is significant, and honestly, it's probably had many negative bits of impact in my life, from feeling too stretched mentally to do well in more important parts of my life, like friends, family, and work. I'm sure I'll still play casual and single player games. I want to keep it as an occasional thing rather than a daily, multi-hour chunk of my life that I could be spending doing other things. Can't cut them out completely, especially since I'm working with a lot of talented folk to make a fan game, which is fine because I'm not playing a game, I'm helping to make one. Mainly, I just want the psychological impact of extended and social competitive gaming out of my life. I could use some help though. Not really sure how to tackle this challenge. I'm hoping I can just share my story and maybe find a little help. I check out the sidebars, but any personal help would be greatly appreciated. I don't hate games. I don't want to be around hate for them. I like something positive and perspective from people. That's not the games that are bad. It's just that we as individuals don't mix well with them, and we have to find a different path in life. Anyways, thanks for reading. Hope to learn more from everyone and use that knowledge and experience to get myself in a better place in life. For me, in order to successfully quit gaming, you have to have a reachable target. Few of us can quit cold turkey. The rest of us have to have a plan. I found it works best to not say my goal is to quit gaming, but rather say my goal is to live a better life. Now get specific by creating a dedicated time every day to study what I'm good at, or to work out, or to spend time taking care of myself, grooming, etc. Also, disassociate yourself from whether or not you reach your goal or not. Your happiness cannot come from whether or not you reach your goals, but rather if you're trying seriously or not. It's a much better standard. 100 days. On the 15th of July, I decided to give a break from video games. Today, I'm 100 days free. 101. I will share with you my experience. The reason why I quit games was because I spent too much time thinking about it. I also knew that if I kept playing games, I'm sure I wouldn't have time nor energy to pursue my other hobbies. I never binged on games, but the act of playing it was enough to be a distraction. As we know, video games can give you a false sense of accomplishment, which can make other activities very dull in comparison. I also realized how toxic and rude how some people were to each other in games. I mean, it's just a game. Why do you have to be mad? Throughout the journey, there were urges to play, and that was mostly due to nostalgia. The way to deal with this is you must acknowledge it and accept it for what it is. I recall the good moments, but that alone is not enough for me. I don't need to play them. I don't have anything against games, but I don't want to play them forever. There are much better things to do in life than spend your waking hours playing a video game. Try moderating it, and while it works, it's just another thing to worry about, and I ended up spending way too much time thinking about it. I don't mind playing video games with friends and family though. So what are the benefits? More time to do other things. You aren't doped up on dopamine. Little things in life bring you joy. You seek fulfillment instead of short-term pleasure. If you plan on quitting, commit to it. Thanks for reading. Congratulations, man. It's great that you're 100 days in. It's a great thing you've done. Your words are full of enthusiasm. Keep pushing and stay strong. My thoughts on video games. I gave someone this advice in a random Reddit post and thought I might as well post it here too. That's good you quit. Sounds like you're on the right track now. I also was addicted. I uninstalled League of Legends like 5 times in 1 month and always ended up reinstalling it. Like I said before, beating an addiction is demonstrating discipline. The most important thing to know is that video games are a colossal waste of time. Even if they bring you happiness, that happiness is the junk food version of happiness. It's called instant gratification. It's worthless. A temporary happiness just ends up turning into misery years down the line when you realize how much time you've wasted and what that time could have really been used for. There's a reason why most successful people don't play video games and why most people that do are miserable. They use it as an escape. Anyways, here's a valuable video that really drives it home and helped me quit once for all. After I quit, I took up a new hobby. I spent my time watching videos and feel way happier than I ever did playing video games. Yes, watching videos can be very, very empowering. I think the point that it becomes empowering if it urges you to take action, and if you take action and follow through with the information that you gain, then it's something that really did end up helping your life. 50 days in, a long post. Hello, the last time I played a video game on Steam was the 3rd of September 2019. To my calculations, that is roughly 51 days ago. This is a big deal for me. I played video games all of my life. I'm 17. I played PSP and Nintendo DS as a kid, got an Xbox 360 in 2012, PS4 in 2014, a gaming PC in 2016. Gaming is the only hobby I ever had. I suffer social anxiety and lack of friends as a consequence. In 2019, I decided to quit. I gradually enjoyed video games less and less, and I realized I had a problem when I started to actively find new games to try when nothing else satisfied me, rather than, just accepting I don't enjoy them anymore. The last game I played was Batman Arkham City. Even though I enjoyed the game, I started collecting towards the 440 Riddler challenges in the game. They were so satisfying to collect, despite the whole venture being a grand waste of time. And that's when it clicked. The reason I enjoyed nothing else in life was because games are so poisonously rewarding. For fuck's sake, I was getting gratification out of watching YouTube tutorials and picking up trophies on a computer screen. This was wrong. So I quit cold turkey. After giving my Steam account to a friend, it wasn't enough. Rockstar announced Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC, one of the best games I've ever had the pleasure of playing. I was in trouble. I went to pre-order out of my impost, and then I did the best thing I could do by removing my graphics card from my PC, boxing it up and selling it on eBay. I was free from the threat of Red Dead, but my PC was still too powerful. I could run all the mighty and addictive Minecraft. In a completely unrelated issue, I had to return and replace my motherboard with Amazon, which had a fault with some of the USB ports. Whilst I was waiting for the return without a working PC, I decided to sell my PC. Took it apart piece by piece, sold each component, and ordered myself a nice ThinkPad T480 laptop on eBay. At this time I was pushing toward minimalism anyway. Even though I wasn't gaming, I was still coming home to slouch on my desk and lose hours and hours of my life on my responsive, quick PC. Getting a laptop solved this. I only get it out in the evenings after all schoolwork is done to message people on Discord and listen to music. What people are doing wrong on this subreddit, from my understanding, is quitting gaming, expecting everything to improve without their own hard work. You must find a new hobby, or even better, hobbies. There's so much to do in this world. You're unable to convince me that a load of moving pixels on a screen is the most interesting thing that you could find. Psh, go and grab a second-hand instrument, or a bike, or some running shoes, or a gym subscription, whatever it may be. You cannot use money as an excuse. You're low on money, sell your gaming system, or pick a free alternative. In other words, borrow some books from the library, listen to music, go on long walks. What I'm doing with the time that I have freed up? Well, last year, I got into guitar, which I've never actually focused properly on. I'm aiming to play that daily for a period of at least 20 minutes if I'm strict on time. I'm also studying a lot more for my college courses, doing all my homework ahead of time and making revision notes. I'm also collecting CDs and creating a nice iTunes library. My current goals are to improve my writing speed. All of my school projects are essay-based. Play guitar for an hour each day to exercise more frequently. This is hard to do at the moment, but I'm moving house, so I'll be walking distance to college. I aim to practice writing and guitar daily this week as it's half term. At first, quitting gaming feels like a punishment. You have truly succeeded the day you realize that it is, in fact, a blessing. The world really is your oyster. You only get one life at a length nobody knows. If you can take anything from this, the most important thing is that you put effort into changing your life. Abstaining from gaming is, rather strangely, the easiest part. But the only way to get rid of your misery and isolation from stripping yourself of your beloved games is to find something new to pursue. You cannot quit and expect emptiness and boredom to satisfy you, because it won't. Like I suggested above, try exercise, an instrument perhaps. Try things out until you find the one thing which you love doing as much as you loved gaming. And finally, the 5 reasons you shouldn't regret your journey. 1. The dopamine abuse of video games. 2. The free time you will gain. 3. You have the freedom to improve meaningful, desirable skills. 4. Gaming is an expensive hobby. 5. Computer games aren't reality. Best wishes to you all. Be well. Thanks for getting to the end of the video, guys. If you aren't already subscribed, hit the notification bell button below and make sure to check out the description for the easiest way to make money online so you can focus on taking back control of your life and beating your anxieties that come while fighting addiction. Love you guys, and I will see you on the next video.